That's like 12 straight motos of wins.
What he just did, that's what you'll see me start going. I'll be out on the track for the 50s, but after that, I'm going to
I love that.
I'm going to get the people on the ground that aren't first, second, third, just get some B-roll sort of stuff instead of just showing the finish line for 2 minutes or showing the bike just sitting there.
Yeah, that's perfect. Start gate comes to life. Oh, what a great start for a pair of Kawasaki riders. It looks like Hymas and Jet Reynolds jockeying for position on that inside. That's a risky move. If you can pull a whole shot from the inside, then that's where you need to be if you feel that confident. I believe that's Jet Reynolds. Might be LeBlanc in the number 2 spot on the Yamaha. It's Nicholas Romano, though. They're going to credit him with the whole shot on the 41 machine out of Bayside, New York. So we got LeBlanc, we got Romano, Hymas, Jet Reynolds on the Kawasaki going into those 10 commandments. Early stages here. Romano with the whole shot, but we got Kawasaki's out front, but for how long? Thrasher up in the top 5 as well. All the heavy hitters are in the mix here as we go off into Storyland, trying to disappear. Everybody's trying to scrub and slide it left and right. And there it is, the 79 of Jet Reynolds out front, the number 41 in the number 2 spot. That is going to be Nicholas Romano. Hymas back there stalking him in the number 3 spot.
Well, it's the one we wanted to see. I think, in my opinion at least, the most anticipated class of the week.
It's deep.
Schoolboy 2 and 250B, basically the same group in both. And look, they are bringing the heat. How about that? 4 riders all battling for the lead.
Yeah, Jet Reynolds finally busted loose and got a race win yesterday. He was feeling it, but he has got even more company, more competition. There's Romano right behind him on the 41. Jet leading it over, a little body English, keeping it in the rut. Hymas on the attack going after Romano.
I think Hymas was actually quicker than Reynolds at multiple stages of their moto yesterday, but he couldn't find a way to make a pass, and then he bobbled, and Reynolds got away. So Hymas has the pace, no doubt. LeBlanc, your first moto winner, right in it. Same thing with Romano. But now LeBlanc is going to have to pass those 3 guys. He got around Hymas in the first moto to win it. Now he'll have to do that again. Also get around Romano and also get around Reynolds.
Look at this on the inside. He's working on Hymas. There is LeBlanc. There's only room for the one of you. And a little bobble. Oh, he's off the side and he comes back. That's a faster line. How does that even work?
What? Nick Romano shoots off the side of the track, stayed in it.
And made a pass.
Yep, he's right back actually where he was. So Hymas gets squeezed back to 4th. The Yamaha guys working in formation, the Monster Energy Star Racing teammates.
That's bookends for the Cali riders, 1 and 4. Reynolds and Hymas, and sandwiched in between them, those Yamaha kids.
LeBlanc is the rider on the number 30. The 41 is Romano, and LeBlanc wants to make the pass.
What a great shot in stereo of LeBlanc and Romano. Both those kids have raced each other, and there's the pass. Good Lord.
That got close right there.
Very close, dangerously close there. No love lost there.
Well, LeBlanc came from 2nd to 1st to win Moto 1. He has already gone from 4th to 2nd here in Moto 2, and only one man stands between he and the win, and it's Jet Reynolds. This is going to be good. Reynolds got that extra shot of confidence winning the Moto yesterday.
He's in contention here. He's got a 3rd and a 1 right here would put him solidly right in the mix here. But these kids have battled each other, and they have all gotten worked by Jet Reynolds for so long, and finally you see it when they get on the big bikes, things kind of level out.
Big mistake there for Reynolds. Actually jumped into the face of, I don't know what you call that, a braking bump or just a random mound that has developed in the sand.
That is spectacular watching him drop down from the heavens there on that single roller. Nate Thrasher going after the number 43 of Carter Beast. These are all the heavy hitters. Everybody's up there. Caden Amorine right behind him on a 32 Yamaha.
And that's why we were so stoked on this 250B class. I'd like to have seen Levi Kitchen in here. He has dominated his B divisions, but he's not racing against these guys, so we don't really know how he would stack up. He's definitely been fast this week, though. Focus is right now.
The lap times are 1:52. That's how fast on a rough racetrack. That is super fast. This track is so nasty. Hey, Jet Reynolds has found some grooves, found his pace.
Well, you got to talk to him on the podium yesterday. You saw the breakthrough mentally for him to get that moto win.
Yeah, it looked like a sigh of relief just to say, you know, he was so scared to even race after the regionals. He's been hurt for so long, 2 years in a row with Miss Loretta's. He just wanted to get to the ranch, kind of get his sea legs underneath him, and he's done it. He's got a 5th, a 3rd, and now he's led 2 motos, and looks like he might be leading his 2nd or winning his 2nd.
So the 79 of Reynolds leads. LeBlanc on the number 30 in 2nd had that little breakthrough. He got around both this man, Chance Hymas, on the 86, and his fellow Yamaha teammate, Nick Romano. He passed him quick, We thought he was going to make a run at Reynolds. In fact, the gap between he and Reynolds has stayed the same, and Romano and Hymas have kept him in check.
This may be the biggest gap he's had. It looks like Jet might have gotten it close to 2 seconds, but
yeah,
long way to go here. Probably 8 or 9 more laps.
Hymas just getting over the backside of that triple, hung the rear wheel a little bit. That's, no, it's closing in.
Just as I said that, yes.
Something happened with Reynolds because LeBlanc is right there.
2 bike lanes now with Jet Reynolds and Matthew LeBlanc.
Jet switching up the line. He got over that mound this time, and he goes inside, and he looks over. He sees LeBlanc right there, and you got to figure LeBlanc's going to be fired up. Anytime you see the guy in front of you looking back, thinking, yeah, he's worried about me.
A little bobble.
Here it is.
That was all the way on the inside. Look at him just set it in that rut. That is all body English to keep that thing pointed in the right direction.
The rear end actually kicked. He was momentarily had a tire off track and still managed to get it gathered back into the rut he wanted by the time he got to the corner. But look at this. Matt LeBlanc putting the attack. Reynolds going to fight it. Couple more mistakes from the 79.
Oh,
this
he looks
could be the
over.
opening.
He has got a race to the apex there, and he barely made that happen. So he is putting the pressure and looking for a mistake. Here it goes again. He is going for it. Sizing him up. Jet Reynolds dancing with the devil comes very close to Matthew LeBlanc. Things heating up, Jason Whitehead.
LeBlanc's got an opening on the inside. This is that Red Bull turnstile. Monster turnstile down to the inside, and there it is. The pass has been made. LeBlanc, that was impressive. He just hung in. It took about 5 turns to find an opening, and he made it happen.
All right, now, if you're Jet Reynolds, you have to immediately counter, or you could see this race completely go away. He could fluster up and just go back a couple of spots here if he gets all in his head. Pops that tear off.
Well, I'm a little worried for Reynolds here because he made so many mistakes while leading.
There's another one.
Yeah. If he can clean that up, obviously he can run the pace. But if he keeps making them, it's going to allow, he's going to allow LeBlanc to get away. They're going the same speed, but LeBlanc, I was saying LeBlanc was doing it with a little more control, and then he makes the big bobble.
I think he's trying to put together a heater so he can get away from Jet Reynolds. That name, Jet Reynolds, for so long was synonymous with he was an assassin. Nobody could touch him on a mini bike.
They weren't even battles. They weren't even battles.
He never really battled with anybody.
No, just gone every time.
That's changed, though, man.
Well, he missed not only 2 years, but really the most critical 2 years, the juncture between mini cycles and big bikes. So last time you see him out here is on a mini, and now he's out here on a 254 stroke. And meanwhile, these guys have been building, riding, testing, training the entire time. LeBlanc's always been good, but he keeps getting even better. You got Romano and Hymas. Hymas has really stepped up the game the last few years, and now we've got Nathaniel Thrasher in the mix. Moving up on that TLD KTM up to 5th. They have disposed of Carter Bees, who had that spot. Caden Amorine is 6th. Bees back to 7th. Tommy Rios, Brad West, and Wyatt Matson. That's your top 10.
Check out Thrasher's lap time there, on 153.3, fastest one on the racetrack that time around. And remember, the kid's 14. These kids are mostly 16, 17. That makes a difference.
Well, Thrasher should have been in title contention. He and Romano were
down.
3rd and 4th in the first moto until the last lap. They got tangled with a lapper, and that put them, I think, to 9th and 12th. So now they're on the outside looking in. But that doesn't mean, if you look at Thrasher's first moto result, that doesn't mean he can't run with these guys.
Not at all.
And he is catching Chance Hymas.
He's moving in. In fact, that's a country 14, so he's really about 27. You do the math.
But the Thrasher family is all measured
running a
country mile.
Uphill both ways in the snow, son.
He's got him right in front of him. Nate Thrasher has a shot at picking off 2 riders, Hymas and Romano. Little problem there for Hymas. Big problem, in fact. And there is blood in the water there.
Okay, so this is Thrasher's chance. That would be, obviously he wants moto medals, he wants a podium, but that would be big if he could just work his way forward and pass some of these other big names in the class. And he's in position to do it with Hymas right in front. You've got the Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha, LeBlanc out front, the Monster Team Green Kawasaki, Reynolds second, another Star Yamaha.
Look at that race, though. Jet Reynolds is not going away.
Oh, boy.
LeBlanc looked behind him saying, man, please do not be there. He is absolutely glued to his rear fender. This could be a good one, folks. Reynolds on the inside, different lines. He almost snuck it in there.
Wait a minute.
Never put the foot down. Jet Reynolds on the attack. And Reynolds just goes right past Matthew LeBlanc. A shocker of a pass.
He finally cleaned it all up.
And here comes LeBlanc right beside him. He's going to go right back for the pass. Matthew LeBlanc, and Jet Reynolds tries to counter.
So Reynolds passes LeBlanc. LeBlanc gets him back. They're racing to the billboards. Big wide outside line. Reynolds down to the inside. Not going to be any room there.
He hit his motorcycle from behind. LeBlanc is like, what is he tapping here? He's going to shoot it around the inside. He might have a chance right here, Jason Wygant.
Oh, this is great stuff. Reynolds has picked the pace back up. Wide line coming together. And he makes it happen.
There's the pass.
Jet Reynolds to the lead.
For how long, though? LeBlanc has a shot at going right back around him.
And that second, third, fourth place group right there. There it is, down to the inside. Who's going to break later?
Oh, a brake check by Jet Reynolds. Yes.
Reynolds into the lead on the 79. Fantastic racing in 250B.
Holy cow. Now, you got to be careful here. You don't want to hit the deck. Nate Thrasher again coming. He's up to the number 4 spot. He got around Hymas. Battles all over the racetrack, Jason Wygant.
So we kept saying if Reynolds could clean up those mistakes, he had the pace, and now he's got it clean, and he not only came back on LeBlanc, he has made the pass, and he is checking out.
Wow.
What happened?
Now, that was a statement right there. So, but there goes LeBlanc still hucking that trip on. I don't know if it's any faster. Wow, that was a major league move right there. I did not expect to see that. This is what we hope for as announcers. Guy gets past, like, all right, that was a good run. That was fun. No, he came right back, said, I'm doing it for you, Jason Wygant. This was for you.
Well, these words hurt me, but I got to give you credit here, Kevin. You're the one that kept the radar out. We were watching Thrasher, Hymas, Romano, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and then you noticed that Reynolds had caught back up to LeBlanc. Now, Reynolds had a 3rd in the first moto. It was a bit of a gift because he was 5th most of the way, and then the last lap, both Thrasher and Romano went down. Either way, it's a 3rd in the scorecard. Oh! If he wins this moto 3-1, he could have a shot at the title.
Jet Reynolds is looking all around. He is looking everywhere. Thrasher is all over. Yeah, Nicholas Romano, you have company, son. Nate Thrasher's kicking the door in.
Nate Thrasher has found his groove in the second half of this moto, and he's trying to make the move.
There it is.
And he does it.
The orange KTM of Nate Thrasher just blew right past the number 41 of Nicholas Romano.
Is there time for Thrasher to make a run at LeBlanc? That would really change the championship. Thrasher's pretty much out of it because of the crash late in Moto 1. But if he takes a spot away from
Jet
LeBlanc,
Reynolds' best friend right there.
Exactly.
Is Nate Thrasher.
I don't think we ever figured we'd say those words, that Thrasher is now in position to help Reynolds, but he is. If he can catch LeBlanc, suddenly LeBlanc would be looking at a 1-3 instead of a 1-2.
Man, the racing has been so good this year. There's Nate Thrasher. He made that was an unbelievable pass. Now, he has a shot there at the number 30 of LeBlanc. LeBlanc must be just saying, what just happened in those last couple of laps? I thought he had it handled.
Yeah, he caught Reynolds. He passed him. He started pulling away. I'm sure the last thing he expected is 2 laps later, Reynolds would be back on his back bumper and then literally bumping.
He hit him from behind. And you normally crash. That is some 2018 Jet Reynolds just got channeled right into him, man. He was an assassin for a lap there. And I don't know that it was cleaned up. I think that was just pure crazy Ricky Carmichael speed. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. Just
I'm going to do everything I can.
Whatever happens.
I don't know if it needs to be pretty. It just needs to be fast. So now we've got the radar out here on Thrasher.
That's raw speed there. Nate Thrasher, when you clean that up, that's a 14-year-old rider right there, banging bars with these kids who are ready to make the move to the pro class. He could be riding the super mini class.
Yeah, the ages are all over the board. We saw in B group, you got the 14-year-old of Dax Bennick. And then Boland's actually a bit older, but he's still racing on 125s in schoolboy. But I can tell you that the teams know the ages, and they know exactly where these riders stand, even if they're not on the track against each other. Let's check the lap times. Can Thrasher close it in on Romano? He was a little faster lap time around a lap.
He's the fastest guy on the racetrack.
Wait a minute, I'm looking where he's ahead of Romano.
Yes. He made the pass right here in front of him. Remember, now he's going after LeBlanc.
Oh, that's right.
He made the pass last lap. Yeah, it's very confusing there.
So he's 2 seconds quicker than LeBlanc. So he's taken it down to only 1.5 seconds, and now he can see LeBlanc.
So there's Nate Thrasher on the orange KTM. He's got the blue Yamaha in front of him, and Nate Thrasher probably has more fans. This whole fit's just lit up. The kid's from Tennessee, so this is a hometown race. He rides here 6 days a week when we're not here. They gave him the key to the track.
That is untrue.
That is definitely untrue.
Instantly emails being sent to MX Sports.
There's Jet Reynolds.
He's got him in sight.
Yeah, man, he's got the whole deal in sight. Why not? Go for it. Nate Thrasher, again, you are Jet Reynolds' best friend, because if you get around Matthew LeBlanc, you make things dead even going in that third and final moto. That is going to fireworks, man. This is great.
LeBlanc right now would have a 1-2. Woo!
Watch out.
Big breaking
kicker done got old Nate up there in the back portion of the racetrack. You have to settle it. Just drag your voice out a little bit there, Jason.
And S's. How do you say the sound of S?
Nate Thrasher having himself a dandy of a day on that orange motorcycle there, bouncing his way around that curve. Mom and Daddy over there just happy as a lark. You know what I mean, buddy?
That is good. That is literally how his dad sounds.
Hey, I tell you what, we had fun out there at the ranch. We're going to hang around a couple weeks longer and let Nate kind of decompress. You know what I mean? He's a hard-working little boy there.
He needs to decompress coming out of that, basically landing off a building, as we say.
It was 10,000 feet elevation.
Nate Thrasher has clearly done some of these laps with the seat off the motorcycle because he manages to stay standing all the way through that rough sweeper.
He's there.
LeBlanc keeps getting closer and closer. LeBlanc just threw a 155.4 and a 154.9. So Thrasher chops 0.6 of a second off. And the battle for second is here.
It is definitely here. He's got him in his sights. Nate Thrasher, the crowd willing him into that number 2 spot. The mechanics board is out. It says, "Do good, buddy." And you spell it however you want to do it. That's what that's how you would phonetically say it. D-U-E-G-U-D.
Be good.
Good, buddy.
Come on, Nathan. You'll get it. Woo. So LeBlanc, can he hold on to second?
I don't know, man.
Jet Reynolds has a 3-second lead. That's actually not huge.
That's huge in this race, though.
Compared to what we've seen, right? But he's one.
Oh! Jet Reynolds goes down. The bike is cartwheeling off the racetrack now. Unbelievable. Matthew LeBlanc goes right through that carnage, Jason Wyatt. What happened?
I cannot believe it. I was going to say that 3 seconds is one mistake away from them being there. And as I was saying it, you see the 79 Kawasaki of Jet Reynolds going end over end, and a big mistake.
Here comes the replay. Jason Wyatt, you're going to see off to the side, and he just came up short. Drills him into that last one. The bike crashes down on top of him. And these guys are sitting there just trying to clear through all that. LeBlanc must have just about lost his mind.
Well, then LeBlanc made some mistakes in the back, probably a little confused as to what the heck is going on.
For the race win now.
I'm completely confused as to what has happened. There is Thrasher. There is LeBlanc. Somehow Thrasher might win this moto.
And now he moves into a shot at winning this bad boy.
No, I think the first moto was tough. It was that last lap crash that cost him. I think he got ninth. He was aiming for a third or fourth. There is Jet Reynolds, hopefully to shake it up, but not really injured. He had that huge moto win practically in hand. And now somehow Nate Thrasher, outside the top 5, 2 laps to go, is in the lead.
Nate Thrasher now, can he hold on to the Bermuda Triangle of positions here? Nobody wants to win this thing. I know Jet Reynolds, good to see him back on that golf cart under his own power. He did walk over there to it, so it's a tough sport.
Well, remember, the other class, Schoolboy 2, Reynolds has the first moto win. He's got to try to recover and get out there. Still has another championship he could win if he's healthy. As for Nate Thrasher, he was good in his first motos, but this is a big step.
Looks like we are going to, well, and there's a repeat there. That was can you break that highlight down, Jason?
Around that Monster Energy turnbuckle. And we're calling it. It was a turnstile for about a half hour, and then we changed it to the turnbuckle around that big Monster Energy can. A couple more mistakes. I think LeBlanc is just in shock.
Yeah, he's had a wild moto. His diary is going to be so
We're going to show this again. There's Jet Reynolds, front wheel, endoing into the landing.
That was unbelievable.
Oh, that's lawn dart right there. That bike just stuck. And again, we hope he's okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whew. So Nate Thrasher now, the Tennessee kid, 14 years old, leading this 250B class.
And it was 2 years ago here at Loretta's that he took the next step. All of a sudden started dominating. Missed the race last year, I believe, with a spleen injury.
LeBlanc, guys? They're nowhere in sight.
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody else
he's
totally falling apart.
He cannot see him. I don't see him unless he's just going to back this one on in and count your losses there. You're in great position for this championship. He's asking the same thing. Where is this guy?
LeBlanc still second. Romano third. Caden Amarine fourth. Chance Hymas fifth. Rios, Liebeck 6-7. Wyatt Matson, Carter Beads, and B-Ray, Brandon Ray. That's your top 10. Brought to you by Monster Energy. And I'm going to head down to the tower, from the tower to the podium, and try to sort out one of the wildest races you'll ever see. And look at LeBlanc. I mean, he is not charging.
No need to, man.
At all.
The way that moto's gone, that has been a wild moto. Just finish this thing out. Go to the checker flag. You're going to go in with 1-2 moto scores. There is our leader. How about that? Nate Thrasher, 14 years of age. There's the 30 of Matthew LeBlanc. One of the wilder 250B motos, the high-profile guys. Everybody having a shot at this win. I thought Jet Reynolds had it done. One mistake there, and Reynolds is down in this moto. End after end there in that 10 Commandment section. He did pop right back up under his own power. That's great to see. As we look at the 10 Commandments, there's our second place rider, the number 30 of Matthew LeBlanc. And there's the 48, our leader. Tennessee kid, that's it. Nate Thrasher. Of course, he's a volunteer fan. Got the orange motorcycle. TLD Orange Brigade Red Bull Jams rider. Trains down at MTF, and buddy, he has weathered that storm. Unbelievable. The different lead changes, the drama there with LeBlanc and Jet Reynolds. Reynolds goes down. LeBlanc in shock gets passed by Thrasher. Thrasher with a great pass on Romano as well. Reynolds had a fantastic pass on our early race leader LeBlanc right there in that finish line. Turns shock to everybody. So much drama in that 250B class. Unbelievable. One of the best motos we've seen here at the ranch easily this week. As we close in, the crowd is going to come to life whenever the number 48 comes by, gives them the salute. The Tennessee kid, it's going to be Nate Thrasher. He's going to look to his right. Look at the crowd. They are stoked. Nate Thrasher, you are a winner. Tyler Keefe is stoked on that prospect of a rider. Nate Thrasher, there's our second place rider in a great spot for this championship. The number 30, the blue Yamaha, Matthew LeBlanc. His teammate, Nicholas Romano on the 41 will finish up third. Cade Amorine with a top 5 finish on the number 32 Yamaha. And rounding out your top 5, it's going to be the 86 of Chance Hymas, as we'll give you the top 10 right there on your screen.
Way to stay up there.
So we're down there in our impound area. The riders have to come, leave the bikes down there. They check the VIN number to make sure all the bikes are up to snuff. There's Nate Ramsey. There's the number 30 of Matthew LeBlanc. We want to get a little bit of water before he has a chat with Jason Wygant. All the media, all the team handlers coming down to say hello and check in on their riders. Best of luck. Our thoughts are with Jet Reynolds. We hope you're all right, my man. You still have a championship to try and go win. There's the New York rider, Nicholas Romano. He finishes up third. Got his Yamaha Blue Crew handlers looking into him.
Well, that was as advertised. We thought 250B and the same group racing Schoolboy 2 might lead to the best racing of the week. That moto had everything. It had highs, it had lows, it had heartbreak, drama. And Nate Thrasher, who was outside of the top 5 early, we didn't even see him, wins it. So let's hear it for the number 48, Nate Thrasher. Dude, that's one of the wildest motos I've ever seen, and you got to see most of it in front of you. What do you remember? What did you see going on out there?
Yeah, I just got a decent start. It wasn't the best. First gate pick I've had good all week. I drew 38 and 40, and it's been tough on me. I've had to come through the field, but I know I can. I've worked really hard at the Baker's factory, and I know I have the endurance. I can go 30+2 with the best. So it's we just got to put it out there, and I knew they were just rode consistent laps in the beginning and just made a charge to the end, and seen them kind of getting a little tired up there and just started making a push and just started clicking them off.
Did you even see the Reynolds crash in the 10 Commandments? Were you close enough to see that?
Yeah, we were coming in the 10 Commandments, and we tripled, and I saw him eat it right there. He was riding good, but hope he's okay. But we just got to give it up to the whole TLD race team, Red Bull, Oakley, Truly Designs, my mom, my dad, the man up above, can't thank him enough, everybody over at Baker's Factory, everybody for helping me out, just everybody getting me this place. Thank you.
Yeah, all right, Nate Thrasher, that was solid. A bummer for him, the last lap of the first moto crashed kind of out of his control. Going to make it tough to win this title, but he served notice with that moto win, that's for sure. Yamaha boys are going to finish up second and third. Matt LeBlanc back in control of the championship. We'll bring him up for a second. Let's get LeBlanc. There he is. So like I said, this moto, it packed in a week's worth of drama and highs and lows for everybody. At one point, it looked like maybe a tough start for LeBlanc, and then he came all the way back to lead. Then he got passed, and he had to lead again, and he holds on for second and for the championship. That is absolutely huge. Let's hear it for the silver medalist in this one, Matt LeBlanc. So like everything that could happen in a moto happened in that moto. Just take me through what you saw out there.
Yeah, I got like a top 5 start. and then kind of got buried a little bit, and then just me and Jet just hammered down, kind of pulled away from everyone a little bit, and then we're going back and forth, and he was pushing, and he got around me, and I saw he was getting a little sketchy, so I kind of just checked up, settled in, knew I didn't have to win this one, but still kind of stayed there, pressured him. He went down, and then kind of after that, I knew I didn't have to win to get the championship, so I just settled in, and yeah, now we got a pretty big points lead, and go out there in Moto and do our best.
All right, awesome strategy. Who do you want to thank?
Lord Jesus Christ to keep me safe, my mom, my dad, the whole Star Racing Yamaha crew, Monster Energy, Thor, Alpine Stars, Bell, FMF, Dunlop, Garrett Swanepoel, my trainer. We've been working really hard out in California. My mental coach, Sean Humphreys, On Track School, and everyone else, thank you.
Matt LeBlanc, second place on the Monster Star Yamaha, and another one of those bikes up in third. We will bring up Nicholas Romano here. All right, there's Romano. So this will be good stuff. Another perspective, we had, I can't even count, 6 or 7 riders that had a shot at that Moto win. This rider ends up in third. Let's hear it for Nick Romano. All right, take me through what you saw out there.
It was a crazy moto. Had to get off in the first moto, but got out to another hole shot, second one in a row, and then it's kind of rode my laps. Few in the beginning were kind of off. I just didn't have that intensity, but then once I got into, I think, second or third, we were all just going at it. I think like 4 or 5 of us, and yeah, it was a sweet battle. Track's pretty gnarly for how early it is, I guess so. So it was a good moto.
Yeah, by the way, what happened in that last lap of the first moto there?
Yeah, me and Nate were battling, and then after the left-hand sand sweeper, that little wall, just Lapper was in the way, cut a hard left on me, and then he hit me, and then Nate hit me. You know, it's just it's part of racing, I guess, and yeah, so bummer, but we still got a few more motos.
All right, and you got the Stasic hole shot. I'll let you thank some people.
Monster Energy, Star Racing Yamaha, my mom, dad, sisters, Bell Helmets, Thor Gear, Mobius knee braces, Alpine Star boots, FMF, Ride Dunlop, Will, Swanee, Jeremy, my mechanic Georgian, everyone else forgot. Thank you.
There it is, Nick Romano, third, and your Stasic hole shot award.